Welcome to South Asian Insider Opinion and News Analysis, exclusively on Josh India Web TV. I am Susmita Ghosh here to share how feasible Ukraine crisis de-escalation begins with the Russian troop retreat. In a surprising stance, Russia has begun troop pullback from the Ukraine border, which is a clear sign of de-escalation in an unstable matter. After a period of rising tension over the potential war, it is a very welcoming move. A continuous volatile situation in the Ukraine-Russia border was simmering up for the past few months. More than 100,000 Russian troops were stationed across the border, and the stance of the Russian diplomats also indicated a potential and imminent invasion by the superpower country in the territory. The controversy and military movement started on the behalf of Russia in November 2021, when the gathering troops and arsenal in the Ukraine border region was on the go. Their primary demand in December was that NATO ceases all the military activities in the Eastern Europe and stopped accepting Ukraine or any former Soviet countries as members. Several countries started pulling back their non-essential employees and students from Ukraine in fear of rising conflict. At the same time, the NATO forces were kept on alert and reinforced the military presence with the Air Force and Navy. China took a pro-Russia stance, where they asked the Western world to consider Moscow's legitimate security concerns. US President Joe Biden took a prominent step in the right direction when he spoke to the Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. In the conversation, he warned that any attack on Ukraine would have resulted in widespread human suffering. The official stance of Russia was that they do not plan a Ukraine invasion. Russian President Putin accused Washington for ignoring Russia's valid security demands. He also had participated directly or indirectly with the top brass of France and UK. However, all the talks were fruitless and the threat of war was looming near the horizon. Besides taking a wrecking ball to the Ukrainian and the global economy, another negative parallel effect like the refugee problem may arise if there is a war. Poland, which shares the largest European border with Ukraine, prepares to accept Ukrainian refugees. At this moment, the NATO chief, Jens Stoltenberg, expresses a cautious optimism, though he stated that the NATO monitoring of the situation will continue. He remains hopeful for an amicable solution as both the Russian Defense Ministry and Kremlin confirmed the forced pullback from the Ukraine border. The Russian invasion of Ukraine under any condition will have a devastating effect, not only locally but also on a global scale. Evidently, the stock markets across the world began to tumble on downward spiral, even with NATO warning and probable violation of Western economic sanctions. This crisis, if not averted, can lead to global military and political pandemonium. Presently, there is a probability on the rise that Russia is ready to return to diplomatic talks. They have achieved their goal of showing the world their military might. Their attempts were kept in check, though, by the US and its allies. The all-around warfare is bad for the NATO countries and Russia. Even China will feel the impact as the consumer market globally will be affected to a large extent. Now it remains to comprehend if the countries will remain in the path of diplomacy long, though, to find a solution that will satisfy all the parties involved. Thanks for watching our show. We'll look forward to your comments. If you want to share our news with us, please email. Keep watching Josh India Web TV on YouTube.